guys can point to, look back on, and kind of see from a culture standpoint how to build upon that and keep things going?
There always are, but usually they're revealed after the fact, right? So we'll see from here as far as our fight and our fight back in this game and taking it on the chin for 83 for those two guys, but still staying with the game and showing all the fighting character that we did. So it could be one of those like defining type games, but there always are during a season. It just never is revealed until after.
So continuing on the whole fight thing, there was a point in the game obviously where there was a little altercation, but since that moment, do you think there was a change emotionally for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a change of an emotion when something like that happens, and it can go either way, you know. But for us tonight, it went the right way, and we needed that. We needed that emotion in the game because there was an early timeout that I called in the third quarter, and I just didn't feel good about our energy or our spirit. And we were only down 10 at the time, but it just didn't feel right. And then after that, we played a little bit better, and then the little skirmish happened or whatever, and we played a little bit better after that. But everybody contributed to something good tonight.
You talk so much about maturity. Do you feel like being able to close out this game, especially when you like Murray and Young had nights like that, to be able to close out this game, do you think that's a sign of maturity for you?
It is. We didn't have the late turnovers that we've had in the past. That was one of the things we worked on during our little 4-day break, is late game situations and the stuff that we're going to run. And yeah, there's this maturity that comes with every experience that we have, but to, you know, go through everything that we went through in this game and get down and fight back shows it shows maturity, but it also shows character from our guys.
How critical was the offensive rebounding for your team tonight?
Huge. 37 second chance points. I mean, Jabari was on there, KJ was on there, even Garrison jumped in and got a few. It's huge. It's one of the things that we try to do, but it was really big for us tonight. 37-2. That's pretty good.
Talk about the production that you got from Garrison Matthews tonight.
He's a pro. I mean, he hasn't been in the playing group. He's continued to work hard on his game. He has stayed positive, and tonight is what a pro looks like when they haven't really had an opportunity to play much, but they're thrown out there, and he made some threes, he made some defensive plays, he got some offensive rebounds, he had the charge that got overturned, but it was a great help play. He got a steal. I mean, he made some really big plays for us, and he played like, I don't know, 15 straight minutes in the second half because I couldn't take him out. But yeah, that's what a professional basketball player looks like. And for our young guys, they need to see that. They need to see that commitment, even if you're not in the playing group. You still got to, be ready for your chance. And he was ready tonight.
When you look at the distribution of points, how important is that going to be for this particular team moving forward to know that multiple guys can contribute on games like this?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good thing. It means that the ball is moving for us, and that's always good for us to have the ball moving and getting multiple people scoring for us, so we're not one-dimensional or two-dimensional. A lot of it was offensive rebounding, so that's a good thing. But, yeah, we want to have 5 guys in double figures and then one other guy with 9. That looks good for our offense, at least.
You guys were dominating so much inside early on the glass, just in scoring in the paint, and then it seemed like after you got down and were starting to have that comeback, it was on the back of a couple big threes from Garrison, from Jabari. Did you put that lineup out there intentionally to try and maybe stretch the floor a little bit in that way and score more from outside?
I'm not sure if that was the time when Jabari was at the 5 or not, but that was just a result of our drive and kick game. It wasn't necessarily a result of I knew if Garrison was on the floor, we'd have more shooting and we'd be able to exploit that some. I try to get him involved, but if we're driving and kicking, then those 2 guys can get shots and we don't have to run a bunch of plays for them to get them.
You talked about a point late in this game where Jalen had a strong defensive possession on Trae Young and then goes down and hits the three to tie it up at 112.
That's huge.
What do those moments tell you about him as a player?
Yeah, well, I talked about it before the game as far as his on-ball defense, and his on-ball defense is getting better. You know, Trae obviously had 44, but he shot 28 shots. He was 13 for 28, and you know, we didn't make him miss every time, but we fought, we tried, and for Jalen to foul out of this game means he was really trying hard on defense. But the big three was huge. I mean, that was a big shot, one of our biggest shots of the season.
Hey, Coach, can you just talk about along those same lines, how great is it just to see this team grow? I know it's far from the final product, but just from where you guys were last year to where you guys are now?
Yeah, I mean, we're obviously hard to play against. If we get down, we're going to fight back. If we are struggling in a quarter, the next quarter we can be better. We don't have those dips in play like we had last year, where we were just basically getting blown out. You know, we had some stretches where we were just getting blown out, and we don't have that anymore. We have a good spirit to this group, good fight to this group, and we're growing. And like you said, we're not a finished product at all. And this is just the beginning of the season. We're only 18 games in, but yeah, it's an important thing to find some success at the end of all this fight that we've had over the last however long to actually get a win at the end of it.
Coach, you always talk about wanting to see the guys get rewarded for the effort. So what was it like for you just in the locker room after the game, seeing them get to celebrate a win?
It was great. It was great. They were obviously excited, and I was happy for them. And then they said, we got another one tomorrow. So that's the beauty of the NBA. You have another one tomorrow.
Coach, you're going to look at the box score and you're going to see the amount of points that your team scored. But how proud are you of the team's defensive effort in that fourth quarter, holding that team to only 18 points?
Yeah, that was the game. I mean, the extra effort plays, the big-time rebounds that we got, like KJ and Jabari jumping over people to grab rebounds. And, you know, we got tired of them scoring on us. And that's a good thing to have when you have guys out there who are just like, they're not going to do it anymore. And that says a lot, again, about our character as a group.
How do you feel about Bruno and his production in his first game back?
I liked it. He's a game changer as far as his rim running and his lob threat. And his defense, he was a little rusty tonight, but he gives us good energy.